Good morning students, welcome back in physics class part 6. Students, today we are going to start with the topic that is continuous charge distribution. So this is the topic, continuous charge distribution. Now as the topic says continuous charge distribution, continuous charge. Okay, so what is the meaning of continuous charge? I can explain with the help of this pen. See, suppose this pen is a conductor. Okay, now in this pen or this conductor, numbers of free electrons are moving. So combinedly I can say there is not moving only one charge, there is moving numbers of charge, and all the charges are electron. So I can say this conductor is composed of numbers of charge. So scientifically we are giving a word that is continuous charge. That means this pen is totally distributed with a continuous charge. Means a charge electron is equally spread through a whole conductor. Okay, so this is the meaning of a continuous charge distribution. So I hope if the definition is clear, because if the conductor is having equal amount of charge, numbers of charge, and distributing over a wide area, suppose we have a spherical ball, we have a sheet, we have a paper, and if a paper is consist of a equal amount of charge, suppose this is a paper and I have put 1, 2, 3 numbers of electron, all electrons at equal distance. So how can we specify? We are going to specify that all the charges are at equidistance from each other. Okay, so this is the meaning of continuous charge distribution. Means that's it, a charge distributed on a object through equal proportion. Okay, so if the meaning is clear, so I can say there is three type of distribution. Very first one is called, this is linear charge distribution, linear charge density. Okay, density is the word because we are dealing with it. We are going to deal with it. We have a symbolical representation, linear charge density. It is denoted by lambda. Okay, denoted by lambda, linear charge density. Second one, surface charge density. It is denoted by sigma, surface charge density. And the very last one is volume charge density, Okay, so first one is linear charge density, second one is surface charge density, and third one is volume. Why I am speaking from the last one? Because this is the whole structure. I can explain you with the help of a very good example. Okay, now students, we are able to understand with the help of a diagram. Okay, now the very first one is linear charge density. Why I had read the linear means a line is always a single, it is just one dimension. Okay, one dimension, so I had put it here, one dimension. So a linear charge density, suppose we have a rod and the length of a rod is L, and see, a numbers of a charges are spread over the rod in equal proportion at equal distance. Okay, so I can say the charge on the rod is spread equally. So that is called linear charge distribution. This gives a very good formula. Suppose I cannot say this is one charge, this is two charge, this is three charge. The total charge on the rod is capital Q and the total length of the rod is L. So what is the formula? The formula is the total charge of the rod upon total length. That is the formula. Total charge is Q upon total length is L. Suppose if you are going to talk about a small segment, now if I can cut the rod, suppose this is 15 centimeter, I am going to cut 1 centimeter. So 1 centimeter compromising of small amount of charge. So this can be a small segment. How can we simplify? With the help of derivation, dq upon dl, a small segment charge upon a small unit length. So what is the formula? total charge upon total length. If the total charge is given, then put total charge and total length. If the small segment is given, then dq upon dq upon dl. So the formula is total charge upon total length. Charge is measured in coulomb and length is measured in meter. So the SI unit is coulomb upon meter. Okay. Now students, second one is surface charge distribution. Now as the topic says surface means now this page is surface, this is having length and this is having breadth. Length and breadth, this is two-dimensional. Okay. So a surface charge distribution is basically two-dimensional body. It is used for two-dimensional body. It is the surface charge distribution is denoted by a symbol sigma. You can understand with the help of the figure. Suppose this is a page and a charge is spread over the charge is spread over this page. See, the length and the breadth is given. So this is two-dimensional. So the formula is, as we discussed in linear, total charge upon total length. So here we have a area. So total charge upon area. Total charge upon area is the surface charge distribution. Means total charge of the particular object. As I told you, the total charge of the body, if one dimension, take the total charge. If length is given, then take length. If area is given, then take total charge upon area. So the formula is total charge upon area. Area is measured into length into breadth. So what is the SI unit? Total charge is measured in coulomb and area is meter into meter square. So the SI unit is meter square. Coulomb upon meter square. Suppose students, so if we are going to talk about a small segment, so the total charge on this sheet is capital Q and the total length, total area is length into breadth. Suppose if I am talking about the small segment, this small segment only, so the small charge on this area and the small charge of the particular small segment. So I can write into derivation form also, dq upon dA, means small segment area and small charge. We are not talking about the full charge, we are talking about the small charge. Okay, so this is the second formula. If a total charge is given, put the value. If length and breadth is given, multiply it and get the area. So you can able to calculate sigma. Similarly, if derivation is given, then put derivation of charge and area and integrate. So we are able to get sigma. Okay, so this is the second one. Now the last one is volume charge distribution or volume charge density. It is, students, this is a three-dimensional. Now I think you are able to understand. This is one dimension, this is two dimension, this is three. Volume means length into breadth into height. Okay, so if we are talking about the volume, so this is used for three-dimensional objects. Okay, so suppose this is a sphere and the sphere is comprising of equal number of charges. So this charge means total charge on the sphere is total charge and volume, length into breadth into height. Suppose if we have a cube, so we are able to calculate the volume, length into breadth into height. Now sphere is given, so volume of a sphere means which kind of object is given, how much total charge is present on the object, that is depending. Okay, so total charge upon total volume, that is the important term. Okay, now what is the SI unit? Charge is measured in coulomb and I hope volume is length into breadth into height, and all are measured in meter. So meter into meter means meter cube. So this is coulomb upon meter cube. Now very easy to learn. Linear charge distribution, surface charge distribution, volume charge. This is one dimension, this is two dimension, this is three dimension. If one dimension object is used, so use lambda. If two dimension object is used and the charge is spread over, so use sigma. If three-dimensional object is given and the charge is spread over the three-dimensional object, you can use rho. So on the depending how the numerical is asked, if somebody is going to ask you calculate the electric field of a rod, so rod is one dimension, so we have to use lambda. Suppose if somebody is going to ask you calculate electric field of the sheet, so we are using sigma, because sigma sheet is length into breadth means area is there, so we are going to use sigma. If volume, if we are able to know volume, means if you want to calculate electric field of any cube, any volume object, so we can use rho. Okay, so students, this is a topic, that is continuous charge distribution. I hope this is clear. So I am finishing my lecture here. Thank you so much.